Welcome back to Whatever You Need, your trusted lighthouse in the often foggy and turbulent waters of celebrity culture. We are not here for the surface-level gossip. We are here for the deep, untold stories that shape the lives of the stars you love. If you are ready to look beyond the curated Instagram feeds and into the raw reality of fame, make sure you are subscribed to our channel. For those who want to empower our investigative team even further, the Join button is waiting for you. Becoming a member means you are directly supporting the truth-telling we pride ourselves on. Today, we are dissecting a breaking story that has shattered the illusion of one of Turkey's most idolized former couples, revealing that beneath the perfection, a storm was always brewing. The celebrity news world awoke this morning not to the gentle hum of rumor, but to the deafening roar of a confession that has fundamentally altered the landscape of Turkish entertainment. Sıla Turkoglu, a woman who has long navigated her career with grace and discretion, chose today to break the glass case of silence surrounding her past relationship with Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan. It was a move that no one anticipated, a sudden, sharp intake of breath that has left the industry reeling. For years, the narrative of their separation was painted in broad, polite strokes, but Sıla's recent statements have filled that canvas with the dark, chaotic colors of a painful reality she claims to have carried alone. In a candid exchange with the press following a high-profile event, Sıla stepped out of the shadows of no comment and into the blinding light of her own truth. Her demeanor was not one of vengeance but of exhaustion. The specific kind of fatigue that comes from holding up a heavy facade for too long. She revealed that the Halil the public adores, the calm, collected, and seemingly infinitely patient gentleman, possesses a shadow side that few were privy to. According to Sıla, behind closed doors, the dynamic shifted from partnership to a stifling hierarchy. She described a relationship defined not by mutual growth, but by a perfectionism so rigid it bordered on captivity. The secrets Sıla alluded to were deeply personal, striking at the very core of their daily existence. She painted a picture of a partner who needed reality to bend to his specific design. While the world saw a supportive co-star, Sıla claims she lived with a man who meticulously managed the architecture of her life. This control, she asserts, was insidious. It did not begin with demands but with the soft, seductive language of care. "I'm thinking of your well-being," was the phrase allegedly used to wrap iron chains in velvet. But as time wore on, the velvet wore thin. The interference seeped into every crack of her professional and personal autonomy. The scripts she read, the projects she considered, the social circles she moved in, and even the captions she posted on social media, all were reportedly subject to the filter of Halil's approval. Sıla's confession highlights a devastating trajectory. What began as protection slowly mutated into pressure. She spoke of feeling trapped between two realities, the public image of the exemplary couple that fans worshipped, and the private suffocation of a woman losing her voice. She admitted to keeping these secrets for years, acting as the guardian of Halil's reputation at the expense of her own emotional health. "I was aware that remaining silent was hurting me," she confessed, her words resonating with anyone who has ever made themselves small to keep someone else comfortable. This revelation forces us to ask a difficult question, and we want to hear your honest thoughts in the comments below. Where do you draw the line between a partner being protective and a partner being controlling? Have you ever felt that advice was actually a demand in disguise? It is a thin line, and it seems Sıla feels that line was crossed long ago. Before we dive into Halil's explosive reaction to these claims, please take a moment to like this video if you appreciate us tackling these complex topics. And don't forget, your subscription to Whatever You Need ensures you're always part of the conversation. As expected, the echoes of Sıla's words did not take long to reach Halil Ibrahim Ceyhan, and the reaction was reportedly volcanic. Sources deep within his inner circle describe a man not just angry but furious. To Halil, this public airing of grievances is a betrayal of the highest order, a violation of the sanctity of privacy that he prizes above all else. He is allegedly telling close friends that the narrative has been distorted, viewing Sıla's liberation as a calculated attack on his character. "This matter needs to be settled," he reportedly declared, a phrase that hangs in the air with ominous potential. In his defense, Halil is seemingly doubling down on his own perception of events. The rumors swirling suggest he is baffled by the accusation of control, maintaining to his confidants, "I didn't interfere in anyone's career. I only gave advice." This disconnect is the crux of the tragedy. One person's guidance is another person's cage. Feeling besieged, Halil has reportedly retreated into a fortress of solitude. He has turned off his phones, significantly reduced his digital footprint, and chosen to isolate himself from the noise. There are even whispers among gossip columnists that he consulted with legal teams to explore his options, though for now, he has decided against a formal legal battle, perhaps realizing that a courtroom would only amplify the spectacle. However, the floodgates are open, and new details are spilling out that recontextualize their entire history. We are learning that the breakup was not a gentle drifting apart but a desperate escape. It is alleged that the friction over Sıla's career was constant. Her desire for independence and to forge a path that was uniquely hers clashed violently with Halil's insistence on caution and curated steps. The phrase, "I want to forge my own path," was not just a career goal. It was a declaration of independence that reportedly cooled the relationship and hastened its end. Behind the scenes, the toll on Sıla was apparently far heavier than anyone realized. Close friends are now speaking up, claiming that she has been in a long period of recovery since the split. The exhaustion of constantly defending her choices to her partner left her drained. She felt lost, trying to reconcile the supportive public image of Halil with the critical private reality. It was a dual existence that became unsustainable. Now, she tells those around her that she feels truly free for the first time in years. Her statement, "I no longer have to explain myself to anyone," is a powerful testament to the weight of the burden she has finally set down. Meanwhile, the public remains divided. Social media is a battlefield, with some accusing Halil of toxicity and others defending him as a victim of a one-sided narrative. Some argue that he is being unfairly blamed for wanting the best for his partner, while others see his silence and anger as confirmation of Sıla's claims. What is undeniable is that the exemplary couple myth has been irrevocably dismantled. This is no longer a fairy tale. It is a human story of power, autonomy, and the painful cost of silence. As we wait to see if Halil will break his silence and offer his side of the story, one thing is certain. This week has changed how we look at celebrity relationships. It is a stark reminder that love isn't always as perfect as the pictures suggest. We will be watching closely for any developments, and you can be sure that whatever you need, will be the first to bring you the update. What do you think Halil's next move should be? Should he speak out, or is silence his best defense? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, for liking, and for being the heartbeat of this channel. Until the next headline breaks, take care of yourselves.